Hi again, everyone. This video is sponsored by a contribution from Anonymous, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. I am Middle Eastern, but born and raised here by my American mom, and have lived in Abu Dhabi and Beirut, and was arranged to be married at 16 and forced to wear a hijab. My mom ended up having to come get me from UAE, United Arab Emirates, because they treated me awfully and wouldn't let me leave. Well, that's UAE and most of those Muslim nations are known for that. And UAE is rich in as much money. Problem with UAE is they are so fucking rich over there. Per capita, it's all millionaires and billionaires. Everybody who lives there is basically a millionaire and billionaire. Yet they're following Islam and want to throw all their women in jobs, and if God forbid a woman gets raped over there, they get prosecuted. So it is really a fucking horrible place. It's like one of the worst because it's radical Muslims with a ton of money. I grew up very Americanized, going to Baptist church, but knowing some of my Arab roots. I taught myself Arabic and Portuguese. When I was 21, I moved to Miami to finish college and immediately met this Brazilian club promoter who fell in love with me and asked me to move in with him after 6 weeks of dating as a broke college student who couldn't afford a Happy Meal. I liked him and accepted his offer to be his girlfriend and live with him in South Beach. Let me tell you about Brazilian club promoters from Miami. Most of them are either a scam for pornography or cam whoring for cam girls want you to live in a cam house. They are notorious for that down here. They were all over the place. When we lived in Miami, okay, Charlene used to get offers from these Brazilian guys all the time. And it was just like, go fuck yourself. We know what this is about. I knew he was illegal here, of course, and needed a green card, but I loved him. Not in love, but loved him unconditionally in this new life of partying, yachting, and the fast lane. He had great connections, and we worked together promoting clubs as I continued my education. We partied every day, and I even allowed threesomes to please him, even though I'm really not attracted to girls. I knew that's where this was going. That's what it is down here. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you that. That's what it is down here. I realized that his alcohol and drug addiction led to our lack of sex, and I began to hate him for it. As soon as we got married, he got his green card and went to Brazil to see his family. Then he changed. Of course, he got what he wanted. He stopped bringing me gifts, stopped supporting my events, and basically started asking me to pay a share of rent, which he never did ask before. I remember sleeping in the car many nights, getting left at clubs with no phone or money because he always kept my things in his pockets. He hit me a few times. I even started to think he was gay and the whole promoter thing was a cover up because he showed more emotion to his guy friends than me and was nicer to them and treated women as pieces of meat. He even tried whoring me out to his friends on my 23rd birthday, but that's not even the story I'm inquiring about. I told you as soon as you said Brazilian club promoter, I knew exactly who and what this guy is. He's probably bisexual. He's probably bisexual. And it's not even about the sex. Again, this could be another example of he's such a narcissist. It's not about the sex. It's about the acceptance, just getting people to do anything they want. And for this type of guy, sex is the ultimate form of acceptance. I realized how unhappy I was and I left my marriage. After a year of finding myself and healing from divorce and rebuilding my life because he left me with nothing. I got on Tinder not to date, just as entertainment. I'm not a TV person. A guy messaged me asking, "Are you bossy?" And I replied, "Are you a slave?" He said, "Yes, how did you know?" I replied, "Shut up, I own you." And I never responded to him again. I don't know about BDSM or domination. I had only wrote these things for my entertainment. A few weeks later, a tall, gorgeous, young Middle Eastern man, my exact type, because my dad was never around, and I guess, as people, we seek the one we lacked, daddy issues. The gorgeous Arab guy was the slave from Tinder, saying he knew who I was and wanted to be my slave, and why I didn't give him my number on Tinder. I saw how attractive he was and how he blushed when he met me, and I gave him my number. My friend always told me I would be a good dom, that's dominatrix, and felt like this was my chance to try it, of the adventure. I never talked to a dominatrix that didn't get screwed up. Later that morning, I texted him at 6 a.m. asking him if he was a cuckold, and he said yes. I teased him into thinking I was bringing a guy a bull, but I didn't. I just wanted to see him. I never tried cuckolding. It was just curious. We spent 24 hours of me dominating and humiliating him, which I acted like I knew what I was doing, but in fact, I never did it before. No sex because I liked him, and when you like someone, you don't give it up. See, the problem with these cucks, especially a guy like this, is yeah, they'll let you cuck them in their sex sessions, but that's usually the ones who are the cucks are usually the most violent in real life, the most domineering, and that the cuckolding in this sense is to be the opposite of what they are, to be punished for all their bullshit. Then he told me his dad was dying and his sister was cheating on her spouse with his best friend. But I had my own issues with my divorce and other legal stuff that took a real toll on me. But I found myself binging with him, spending every moment together and becoming his personal slave. I started doing everything he asked of me without question, and I rarely listened to anyone. I hate authority. I hate being told what to do generally. He told me to become a dominatrix professionally to make extra money, and I started doing so as I grew sick of nightlife. He was teaching me how to manipulate men so that we could eat and go shopping on their dime. I was splitting my earnings with him and paying everything on top. I felt like I owed him. I also felt like he was my best friend. Then one day at 8 a.m., he brought a guy over and basically asked me to have sex with this guy while he watched. I didn't want to, but I'm an Aries. I will try anything once and loved it. He cleaned up the mess. When his friend finished and left us, my now cuckold boyfriend, we cuddled and kissed for hours, and he told me he just wanted me to be happy, and it makes him happy to watch. Then I started doing the dom thing more and more, and he was like my security guard, except he would go out drinking and doing other things, and I would nurse his hangover for a week after. I never complained with his dad dying. Whenever I told him no to something, he would leave me. For example, some sub guy sent me a $300 gift card on Amazon, and he told me it's his, and when I said no, he left me and called Amazon to move it to his account anyway. Shortly after this, he got robbed, and his dad passed away in his arms. He said he saw the soul leave his body. I ran to his house to be there for him, and he cried, and I did everything I could to help him mentally, emotionally, and financially. I still hadn't met his family, which was fine because the relationship was new and too much chaos all around. I then started getting texts from a man inquiring about a dom session. It ends up being his married Muslim brother, which I figured out with the name and phone number. I told my boyfriend, and he didn't believe me until I showed him the proof. But basically, his brother took my number out of his phone and played a game to get info on me. I am not sure. Then my cuck boyfriend and I went to LA together last week. He helped me acquire the means to shop on Rodeo Drive and have the financial freedom which I had never had before, so I felt I owed him. I took care of everything. We had the best time. He wanted to be my cuckold again and told me after that I was the love of his life, and he wanted me even before he met me. After 6 months of dating, we finally made love. He told me he never cheated, but it satisfies him that I'm allowed to. Then we came back to Miami, and he got moody and told me that I'm suffocating him and he doesn't want to be with me anymore. I did everything he asked. I'm gorgeous, successful, well-educated. He told me I am his God and that I owned him. And now he told me it's over because I wouldn't pay for his car to get fixed when it broke down on the highway. I'm not surprised. I'm just curious as to why you would leave someone who does everything for you and jealousy turns him on, but never cheated, never lied. We were like Bonnie and Clyde. I'm not sad, I'm just in shock. He disappeared once or twice, but never told me it's over like he did today. I need closure. I know he's a narcissistic sociopath because he scams everyone. But when I was sick, he took care of me and he takes care of his family, does all the errands, and is very sweet. I guess I lost the only friend, and I am confused. Maybe he's an introvert narcissist, maybe, or maybe I am. I love your work. Maybe you can see this differently from your own point of view. All right. Well, you got a lot going on here. Look, you said yourself, you know he's a bad guy. I mean, you're falling into, this is for yourself. Now, I'm not saying this to pick on you, but, you know, I've been in South Florida now for 6 years, okay? And there's a reputation for girls who do this sort of stuff, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for your well-being, and there's a reason why you're doing it. And look, I'm not somebody who bashes somebody for whatever they're into. You're into what you're into. As long as it's not illegal and everybody's consenting, like, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. But this isn't the case in your point. And the problem is, and Charlene knows a lot about this from running the Swingers Club for 3 years. Okay, most of this shit is all manipulation. It's all manipulation. It's all to derive an ends to a mean. Like, you're giving him a lot of benefit of the doubt, this club promoter who does all these clubs in Miami, but he never cheats on you. No, what I think he sees in you, okay, is a workhorse. Is the narcissist. Don't be the narcissist bottom bitch. And you know what the bottom bitch is. A bottom bitch is, you know, the top, basically, escort, prostitute, madam in the pimp's concubine. And what the bottom bitch does is they keep all the other bitches in line and gives the money and make sure everybody brings the money and make sure the pimp gets paid. And what you got is a narcissistic pimp here. This guy's not done with you. This is nothing more than a manipulation. And this happens a lot, okay, in this alternative sex world. It happens a lot. I've read numerous stories from people coming out of swing clubs, and the same thing. One in particular, I can't remember which video it is, and if you're watching, you know, told the same thing. Every time the husband didn't get what he wanted in regards to swinging, he'd lose his mind, manipulate, draw back. It's a tactic in this type of sexually sociopathic narcissist. It's what they do. He's seeing something in you that you need an attachment. And he's fooling you into letting you go out and basically do what you want, acting like he likes it. And he might like it. But it isn't about the sex with you, sweetie. It's about the money. He's using you as a prostitute. He used you for a green card. That's what these guys down here do. That's why it's what these guys down here do. And I don't know where you are politically, but this is another reason why Trump won. This is another reason, another problem with immigration in this country, because you're not bringing in good people. And believe me, we have enough of our own American-made narcissists that we don't need to start importing them from fucking backwards cultures. And that's exactly what this guy is. He's the perfect groomer. He's sensitive. He's crying over his dad. Yet he wants to be cucked. But yet he'll go to the, you know. You are playing a very, very dangerous game with this guy. My suggestion to you is he's out. Keep him out. Whatever you're into, and make yourself happy. But you're putting your happiness on this guy who's been done nothing but use and abuse you. And maybe, you know, your time in the UAE and in Arab nations, you know, being forced to wear a burqa, all that repression is going to come out somehow. So you're trying to go the opposite way. You're trying to go the opposite way. And you have to ask yourself, are you really into it? Are you not into it? What do you want? Because it seems to me you're doing these things to kind of please him. Okay? Notice what you're saying. I've done all this to please him. That's not how relationships work. That's not how relationships work. It's always this tit for tat, and the second he doesn't get what he wants, he withdraws. And the second he does get what he wants, he also withdraws and then takes your money. That's a pimp. That's what a pimp does. This guy is a user, and I'm telling you, these Brazilian club promoters down here in Miami and South Florida are the worst. He's setting you up for something even worse. He's got you doing the dominatrix thing. The next thing is going to be on camera. I guarantee it. He's going to try to cam you up, make money that way. All he's doing is using you as a cash source. Look, you're into what you're into. That's your decision to make. As long as it's not illegal, who gives a shit? That doesn't mean you need to be abused, because that's exactly what's happening. You're being abused. He's made. There's no other way to put it here. There really isn't. There's really no other way to put it here other than you're being abused, and you're too focused on trying to please this guy. And because of the fact he's playing cuckold, okay, that is a huge, huge manipulation, because you think, oh, wow, he's letting me bang and he wants to see it, to humiliate. He's not humiliating himself. How humiliated is he when he's taking half your money or all your money? It's all an act. It's all an act. And I hope you realize that. And I hope you can see that. And this isn't, you know, like I said, do what you want to do. As long as it's not illegal, nobody's getting hurt, nobody's forced, there's no kids involved, who cares? It's a free country. It's what America's supposed to be. Okay, but in this case, with him and what's going on here, he is dangerous. And let me tell you something, he has contacts out of the country anyway. He could bounce out and leave the country at any time, and that's what a lot of these guys end up doing anyway. You know, look, South Florida is a cesspool. It just is. You know, you've been here long enough. I've been here. It's obvious. Okay. These type of promoters. Okay. These and you know, the Arab culture. You know, in fact, I believe the first video, the narcissist culture, I believe the husband is Muslim. So again, like, this is all, a lot of this is socially engineered. It has not even engineered, but certain, I guess, certain nationalities, certain backgrounds are attracted to certain different types of things. You know, these are all decisions you're going to have to make going forward. You know, using Tinder, I mean, I'm sure it's great. I mean, but I hear it's just another cesspool. It's just another cesspool. And it is, where you're living, it is hard to meet people, normal people, because it is what it is down here. So thank you so much for your contribution and your story. I really appreciate it. I hope this helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, or a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the PayPal and the email link in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Bye.